Hey everybody, welcome back. This is HD and this is going to be another pro game broadcast. This is actually going to be a series of games and it is for the IEM Intel Extreme Masters tournament. Not exactly sure what stage these games are in, but these were also very highly rated replays. It is a best of 5. So I believe this may actually be semifinals or quarterfinals. Not exactly too sure, but it is between MoonGlade, ESLCA. So I guess he's playing on a different account, but this is apparently MoonGlade who's playing as the Zerg. And MoonGlade was a very big player back in the Starcraft 2 beta. I've actually had a few talks with him before. I believe he's Australian. He's a very, very solid Zerg. And back in the day, I remember when I used to play in the beta, I think I saw him use a lot of Mutalisk. I think he was a very big advocate of using heavy Mutaplay. And surprise, surprise, he's going to be playing against a Terran. And of course, hey, Mutalisks are pretty much standard versus Terran. And this is actually Wee Loner Prime. I believe he's in the Prime clan. I may be mistaken. Let me go ahead and check that real quick. I'm going to... And so yeah, I just all tabbed out of the game and I just made sure to check, and it is in fact Prime. So Wee Loner is part of the Prime game clan, which also includes Marine King Prime. So it includes Foxer. And so obviously this is a very, very high level game, and I'm excited to see what happens here. ZVT, I think, best matchup in Starcraft 2, best matchup of all time, best matchup in Brood War as well. Love to see the Banelings. I wish I could see some Lurkers, but hey, there's still 2 more expansions to come. What do we have? We still have Heart of the Swarm, and we have Legacy of the Void coming out, and each one promising to bring a couple of new units to each race, which is completely going to change the dynamics of the game around. But I digress. It looks like Wee Loner Prime is going to be going for 2 barracks opening here, which is actually very, very good against Zerg, especially a Zerg that goes for 14 hatch. And the pressure is on MoonGlade now. He's going to have to get an early Baneling's Nest. He's going to have to get Speedlings. And he's going to have to get gas. MoonGlade, gas! He needs to get gas right now, actually, if he wants to get the speed and the Banelings to deal with the early pressure that Loner's going to be applying here. Note, Loner not getting any gas at all because he doesn't need to. He's the one who's applying the marine pressure. And MoonGlade, where's your gas? Oh my goodness, he's not getting any gas at all. This could be pretty bad. MoonGlade now pulling drones off to go to Maynard, but these drones are actually not going to be able to Maynard for anything. They're going to have to deal with these Marines and the SCVs. And MoonGlade is now completely focused on making sure this bunker does not go up. But hey, luckily for MoonGlade, Loner's not really, he's not really bringing too many SCVs off the line. This is kind of not all in. This is pretty much just standard pressure. And MoonGlade now forced to fight with his drones, picks off an SCV, picks off a Marine. Very nice micro. And hey, who said you needs gas when you got drones? And it looks like he pretty much took care of that with minimal losses. And MoonGlade now going to go throw down his command center. Very standard opening here. This is basically 2 racks pressure into command center. This allows you to pressure the Zerg and then get your command center safely. But unfortunately for Loner, he didn't do too much damage. And if anything, he left that battle allowing MoonGlade to get a much, much larger Zergling army. And now MoonGlade's the one who's in a position of control. He can push forward. He can do some damage. The gas still very, very late for MoonGlade. This is a 27 extractor. And that just means that the speed and the Banelings are going to be that much more delayed. And so right there, MoonGlade not going to be able to deal with those Marines, because if he tries to attack, these speedless Zerglings can be easily out-microed by those Marines. And so MoonGlade, yeah, he's going to have to fall back and figure out another way to make that work. Looks like Loner here throwing down 2 more barracks. Finally going to throw down his gas. Going to throw down a double gas, actually. So we may see a very quick tech up to tanks. Going to probably be, I would imagine, just mass Marine with tanks here, which is a very powerful strategy that Marine King Prime really loves to use. In fact, I think Marine King just loves to use Marines, period. That's why they call him the Marine King. He uses Marines in every matchup, Zerg, Protoss, and Terran. And so we'll see if Wee Loner takes a page out of his clanmate's book and just goes for mass Marines here. Picks off an Overlord. That's going to be a small little cost to the Zerg player. And we should see a factory going down here pretty soon for Wee Loner, because he's going to try to get, obviously, I would imagine, try to get some tanks out to support his Marine army. Back over at MoonGlade's base, MoonGlade getting a couple of spine crawlers at his natural expansion. He's got the Baneling's Nest now coming down. Note that he is very, very starved for gas right now because he got that gas super late. So he's not going to be able to get Lair. He has to decide. He either can get Speedling, he can get Banelings, or he can go for Lair. And obviously he can only choose one right now. And it looks like he is not going to get... he is going to get the speed for the Zerglings, but he's not going to be able to get anything else. He's just going to have to save up now to get the Lair down, which it looks like... No, he's not going to get Lair, so he is going to get some Banelings out. So like I said, everything off of one gas, very, very expensive. Luckily, MoonGlade looks like he did get a second gas at his natural. So here we go. Looks like the Terran now making his timing push with all of his Marines. This is a very strange push before Stim. Actually, Stim just started, and the Banelings coming around. The Banelings not hitting any of the Marines, though. Very nice micro from Wee Loner. He picked off all the Banelings first. Now MoonGlade coming in with his Banelings. Picks off a bunch of Marines. And it looks like MoonGlade's going to hold that off very, very easily. So nice attack. Nice hold, excuse me, by MoonGlade. At first, I thought MoonGlade was in a lot of trouble because his Banelings didn't hit any of the Marines, and Loner was looking quite strong right there. And that was a very, very strange window to attack, by the way, because, of course, MoonGlade getting his Stim and his shield upgrade side by side here. Usually, the Terran waits until the Stim and the shields are done, and then he makes that attack count. But that time, he attacked a little bit earlier. He had a lot of Marines. Why not make an attack happen? I like that play, but now it's down to the Terran to make sure he can defend. That attack was meant to make sure that that Loner could secure his natural expansion, but he actually lost that battle pretty heavily, and now he has to defend. He doesn't have very many Marines. He does have one bunker. It looks like the Lings and the Banelings starting to line up here. This could do a lot of damage. This could be the end of the game, in fact, for Loner. Loner gonna lose his bunker. His Marines running all the way to the back. The shield and Stim not gonna be able to finish in time. And oh my goodness, MoonGlade is just going to end this game right here, right now. There we go, GG calls Loner. And that was a very, very quick attack and a very quick win. Do note, yeah, we had Siege Tanks coming out, but I don't know. I really think that when Loner attacked with all of his Marines without the shields and Stim, that cost him the game because he didn't need to attack. He just needed to sit back and make sure he can hold his natural expansion, and I think that's what cost him the game right there. So... that is going to be game 1 in the IEM series, and we are going to move on to game 2 between Loner and MoonGlade. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that broadcast, and stay tuned. HD signing out.